Hi guys, we're here at Lister's Van Centre in Coventry again because today they've lent us a Sportline Transporter Black Edition. This is the absolute top of the range. Stay tuned to find out what it's like. So you join us on a pretty dismal day, to be honest. It was snowing on the way over, there's snow on the vans and things. They've obviously given this one a quick wash off, so you can't see on this, but this is a really, really special van. So we realise this is slightly off tangent for the channel a little bit, although we all know that a California is based on a transporter, so why not have a look at, well, basically the ultimate transporter.
And quite frankly, it gives you some ideas for other bits that you might want to pimp your own van with.
Yeah, absolutely. There's stuff on this which I'm thinking, yep, I want that, I want that, I want that. And also, there's a really, starting to be a really big following on the T6.1s, generally all transporters. So hopefully for you guys, this is a bit of a show and tell on what the Sportline's like. So this is in the flat grey. So this is the free colour, one of the free colours that you can get. As you can see, this is a black edition, so it's got dark matte black wheels rather than gloss black wheels. It's also got the sidebars, obviously the black mirror caps and all that kind of stuff. We will do a proper kind of walk round so you can see exactly what this van's got. This is a panel van, so it's got 3 seats in the front, so a single and then a twin. It's obviously a panel van, so we will give you a full walk round. You'll be able to see exactly what this van's about. We're going to take it for a drive as well. We're going to see, I haven't told the centre this, but we're going to see if we can find a quiet lay-by somewhere which goes onto a quiet piece of road so we can see if we can do a 0 to 60 test as well. It's not great weather for that, so, and these are only 2-wheel drive, they're not 4-wheel drive.
Might be a bit of... So
it might be a little bit tricky. In terms of kind of the value of these things, so Sportline transporters they do a Sportline panel van, they do a Sportline combi in both a short wheelbase and a long wheelbase. The Black Edition only comes in short wheelbase, but you can have it in either a panel van or a combi. That whole range goes from £54,000 on the road for the most basic Sportline short wheelbase panel van, right up to 61 and a bit, which is not quite this one because that's for one which is a combi. So this is slightly cheaper because it's a panel van.
Does that include the price rise coming on the 3rd of December, or do we need to add on to that?
We'll put that in the comments below as to whether it does or not. I can't quite remember on that one, so yeah, good point. So let's have a wander around and let's get it inside and take it for a drive. Right, so let's have a quick wander around this amazing Sportline. So Sportlines, as you can see here at the front, come with this nice dark splitter at the front here, obviously a lot lower than your regular transporter. Nice red flash. They all come with LED headlights as standard as well, heated windscreen, black mirror caps. You see these alloys, these are, as I said, matte black rather than gloss black on this particular one. Side running bars, Black Edition decals on the side as well. And then as we get round the back, you'll see that it's got the LED tail lights, Sportline badging at the back, Black Edition decal at the back as well, black handle there, and if I come up the top here, you should be able to see a really nice spoiler at the top. So on the front of the wings, you've also got Sportline badging, of course. Lets everyone know exactly what it is. So just show you a bit more detailing on this rear spoiler. You see it's kind of black at the side, and then it's got this kind of cutout in the centre. It reminds me a bit of a Audi S1. We used to have an Audi S1 and had an incredible looking spoiler on the back. This looks absolutely fantastic, really does. Now I think it's inside which really makes this Sportline actually. So if I just open this door, let's have a look in here, because we've got Sportline mats, as you can see, and look at these seats. Don't they look absolutely incredible? So you've got red stitching, kind of Audi-esque patterning on the seats, all of this kind of diamond effect. So you've got a suede centre, kind of leather effect on the outside. Absolutely stunning in here. And because it's a black edition, you also get the full screen, full touch screen. You can see it's got finger marks on. Sat nav included with this as well. So you've got the digital dashboard in this one. All of these are 7-speed DSG as well. All Sportlines are 204 brake horsepower. No other options. All diesel, of course. And this one being the panel van, clearly means that you can get all your gear in the back. And who wouldn't want to have one of these as a work van? Absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see whether My Hermes, DPD or Amazon start using these on the road. Somehow I think probably not. But I tell you what a stunning looking van. Absolutely amazing. Right, so we're in the Sportline we are driving. And because this is the black edition, these come with coilover suspension. So completely different suspension setup to your normal Transporter. Even the normal Sportline actually just has lowering springs, eye-back lowering springs. This has got full coilovers, and I tell you what, this feels brilliant.
It's pretty epic.
It's really, really nice. I really want these coilovers on our Cali.
This has been an expensive trip to Coventry.
It could be a very expensive trip, couldn't it? The other instant thing which I've noticed is how much quicker this is than our Cali. Bearing in mind it's got the same engine. Actually,
it's not got a kitchen.
This isn't towing around a massive kitchen in the back.
And a rear bench seat and
all
a
of that
roof.
stuff. This is just an empty space in the back, and it shifts. It really shifts. We're just going to stick some diesel in because we're running on fumes, and then we're going to go and give it a bit more of a drive and really see how this does. So we'll be back with you shortly. Right, we're back on the road again after getting some diesel. So
black gold.
Yeah, 150 a litre or whatever that was. Lovely. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. Just obviously got to watch for speed limits and things through here, because honestly, I can't tell you how much this van feels like it wants to go. It's been well run in. This has got 2,500 miles on now, so no worries about having to be too gentle with it, particularly. But yeah, it does feel just
it's really
fantastic.
solid.
It does feel solid. It feels German.
Feels very very different anyway to the Cali, obviously, with this metal partition behind.
Ding, ding. Yeah, it does. It really does.
And strange actually being sat that little bit further over this way, because there's 3 seats in the front rather than the 2 captain's chairs. So I am right next to the door, just a little bit different. And these seats are quite hard actually compared to the standard. They look beautiful.
The seats look amazing. And my first impression when I sat in one was, oh,
ouch.
That's a bit harder than the one in the Cali. If I had to choose between them, I don't know whether I'd want kind of comfort Cali seats or whether I'd want funky looking black and red stitching and diamond stitching and everything else. Because these look so good.
Could we not just get our Cali seats recovered in black with some nice red stitching?
We bought that Art Velours option, which kind of feels like you're chucking away an awful lot of...
Yeah. Okay, maybe don't bother with the Art Velours.
No, don't.
Get the cloth and then get it all recovered in black with red stitching.
Don't tell people that, because there's people who have changed their orders based on what we've said about Art Velours.
Sorry, guys. I still believe in everything I said about the Art Velours, just this looks really cool.
Art Velours is cool, yeah. And we realise that, you know, for some people who'd have this as a panel van, as a work van, or, you know, a kind of just moving stuff around van, this would make it feel super luxury in here. It really does. It's just beautiful. It's just, I suppose, because Volkswagen is part of Audi Group and kind of that big, kind of wider network, they've got access to all of the kind of different trim and everything else that you'd have in one of these, and it just gives them the option to do something a little bit nicer. I tell you what, this corners so well.
Just doesn't roll, does it?
There's no body roll in this at all.
that would not be good for our game with the levelling gauge in the van.
No, it wouldn't.
You just wouldn't be able to get it wobbling.
That's true. If you haven't seen our levelling game, then you know what to do. Click up there. So yeah. Are we going to get out of a town anywhere? Do you think?
Yeah.
Good.
Shortly.
You know, it's all well and good throwing this round roundabouts, and I must admit, you know,
It goes round and well.
If this ends up being one of those,
not necessarily quite so fun over the speed humps.
If this ends up being one of those delivery vans that we see throwing themselves around everywhere, Amazon deliver. Yeah, watch the speed humps. Amazon delivery van, then it would go round roundabouts really quickly, wouldn't it? It could be an extra service on Prime, like Prime Plus. You get your stuff delivered in one of these, and you get it.
Better hope it's not breakable.
And it arrives half an hour sooner than it would have done in a regular.
But a bit mashed.
Yeah. Soft things only.
Cushions.
You definitely wouldn't want your Ocado delivering in one of these, or your Tesco, because that would be just a mush, wouldn't it? Imagine fruit and veg being delivered in one of these. I think the fact that it actually feels like a whole package rather than they've just tarted something up. You know, they've really tried with this actually. You know, the body kit on the outside looks amazing. They've done some good stuff with the seats. Obviously this fancy nav and everything else makes it feel really nice in here. But actually it drives really well as well. It's not just...
I must admit I'm a little shocked that it doesn't have climate control though, with everything else being a really good spec.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Or we can have another slight turn of speed here, look.
Well,
I tell you what though, the DSG box sometimes can feel just a little bit laggy, can't it? Yeah, it can. I'll tell you what though, you can feel, because this is a bi-turbo, there's a small turbo which spools up quickly at the bottom end of the rev range, and then a bigger turbo which covers the top end. You can actually feel that in this a lot more than we can in the Cali, because in the Cali, because it's hauling so much more weight, it's okay, it moves along, it's not slow. But this, you can actually feel like more in your back.
It's definitely got more torque, it feels like, doesn't it? You get that punch.
Progressively gets quicker, actually. It does feel as though you could just go round anything on rails, I have to say. Like the handling, you could really throw this around. Clearly I won't do it at the moment because it's practically freeze. It's 2 degrees outside. It's not the right weather for it, but it really
It'd be fun in the summer.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Good lay-by there to do a 0 to 60 out of on the way back. Right, we're on a quiet bit of road. Let's go. And that's 60. Had to feather it in a little bit there because clearly, you can see there's remnants of snow in the middle of the road. So I don't know why there's a van coming towards me. Thank you very much. Oh, it does handle lovely.
The big coat's keeping me nice and warm today.
You've even got heated seats in here.
Oh, there has, yes, I didn't see that. What do you think then? We really like it.
We do, we love it.
He really, really, really likes it, which is problematic. I think that's going to cost us a lot of money over the next few months or years.
No. All I can say though is, Above and Beyond, their van, they had put on coilovers. If you haven't seen their video, you should see that. They had that on coilovers, and I'll tell you what, I now get it. After driving this, I get why you would do that, because it drives brilliantly. If you're thinking about having big wheels, bearing in mind this has got 18s on from the factory with the coilovers, it rides fantastically. We've driven the red one that we borrowed,
T6,
we borrowed a T6, which had been lowered on IBAC springs, so the factory springs that you can lower your van on. That had 18s on. It was a combi, admittedly not a panel van, and it bounced over things like you wouldn't believe.
It was
not a pleasant.
It
Wasn't pleasant at all. Whereas this, being a panel van, it's even lighter. Still on 18s, coilovers, completely different. Rides fantastically. So if you've got a bit of a issue with the ride in your Cali or your Transporter, definitely try and check out a Black Edition Sportline to see what the ride's like.
If you're short, it lowers it a bit, so it makes it easier to get in and out of it too, which is a bonus.
Have you got the keys?
I have.
Show 'em. Watch this.
They probably can't see me quite, I don't think.
So much easier.
So much easier.
So much easier. And on that note, we should probably say goodbye, and we'll see you again soon for another video.
Some more California time.
More California time.